What's good, y'all? So, it's Stilo from Gravity Films. We're here on the Visioneers channel, and I got with me right now Pakk Productions.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on to the podcast.
For sure.
You know what I mean? So, tell the people exactly what you do and where you from.
All right. I'm Pakk Production. I'm originally from New York, but Pakk Production,
He
the
a Virginia
brand
nigga.
started.
He a Virginia nigga now.
No, I'm in Richmond, RVA. Um, I shoot right now. Basically, I shoot music videos, man. I'm a visionary type of person.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? And on this channel, you know, we celebrate the Visioneers. We bring the real talented people, you know, to this channel and get them to tell y'all exactly how they came up and what tips they'll have for you. So my first question is, what camera did you start off with?
First camera I ever got was in high school. It was a Canon T3.
Okay.
So I started off with the T3 Rebel, the Rebel series.
I feel like everybody started off with a T3.
Nah, low
Everybody had a
key.
T3 somewhere around their house.
Yeah, I think at that time, I think the newest one at the time was probably like a T4 or T5. I think they was at I think they was at like T5. So yeah, I ended up getting like a T3. It was mainly for pictures though. So
Okay.
I really started off with mainly just focusing on pictures. Like that was my primary intention of a camera. So started with the T3. I was into fashion. It was in high school, so I was into like fashion. So I wanted to like take pictures, but I ain't gonna lie, I ain't stick to it that much. I got a job and I ain't really care about taking pictures.
Nah, for
no
sure.
more. So
And to me, like, you know, shout out all the photographers, but I feel like it ain't really enough money in photography for me to jump in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, what made you become a videographer? Because you say you was, you was interested in pictures at first.
yeah, I was into pictures. I think I got into it when I shot my first. I think what really got me into it was when I shot my first music video, and I shot it with a Canon T6, which is a full frame camera, but I ain't gonna lie, that joint have no autofocus at all. So I didn't know, like, I would just testing stuff out. I would just hype about it. So usually, if you in this field, like usually when you start off, like you're gonna do certain things, like anything new that you learn how to do or that you start doing, you kind of gonna be hype about it. So at the time, obviously, I'm like, oh yeah, I smoked this hard, da da da. Obviously, looking back to it now, I was like, yeah, that one, that one did in no type of way. But I think from there, like just the excitement I had from doing that one video, I started doing like I did it in college. That's where I started actually in college. So in college, then I'm doing vids for orgs and stuff like that. Going to certain events. I'm just doing like certain highlight vids and all this other stuff.
What college did you go to?
I went to ODU.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, you was down here? Okay,
yes,
okay.
sir. So I went to ODU, graduated and everything. Actually went to school for accounting. So for anybody that want to know, I didn't go to school for photography or videography, like anything camera related or digital related. So, so I just started doing vids for orgs and stuff like that. And then after I shot my first music video with the Canon T6, that's when I went to the Sony A6300. Because I know the low lighting, that was my introduction to mirrorless camera. So the A6300, and then from there, it just kind of started flowing. So from that summer, I was shooting mostly with my homeboy, Rollo, from the 7.5, and a dude, his name at the time was NFO Loaded. So that was the summer after I got the camera. I shot with them too. I probably shot like 3 vids that summer.
That name sound familiar, though.
Yeah.
Loaded. That sound familiar.
He probably did. He had a little buzz for a little quick second. I don't know exactly what happened after that. I don't think he was consistent enough. But like at first, when he first dropped, it was good. I think low-key probably hit like 15K in like a couple of days.
Damn.
But he had to take it down. He was a football player. So I think there was like some props in the vid that I think he ended up having. Yeah, I think he ended up having to take it down. I'm not sure if this was directly related to him not being on the football team anymore, but sometime after that, for whatever reason, he just wasn't on the football team anymore, and he just he was rocking with the music stuff. So shout out to Loaded though. He was definitely one of the first people to lock it with me, and work with me.
So when you first started doing videos, right? Like, did you know that you were good at it? Like, what showed you that you could keep doing this?
I think it was more of me just being interested, like wanting to learn more about it. So it was kind of like I did it, and I'm like, now it's like I don't think at the time it started off with it. It probably got a little later when I started to pay more attention to a lot of the camera stuff when it comes to like anything that I watch. But at the time, I think it was just more being interested in and just seeing what else I could do with it, and then also seeing like how a person is hype about like the dude that I shot the first video for. He was dumb hype for the vid, so I'm like, oh yeah, like. So now I feel motivated to keep going. So that's what made me buy the A6300 now. So that really like how it started. So it just like seeing like he was hype about it. Then I'm like, oh, I did that. I know I could do better. And I'm like, I just started learning. I just started doing research like in college. From that point on, I'm in my room, my dorm room, just researching for hours. Like I'm watching YouTube videos for 2-3 hours at a time, trying to do research and learn different things and stuff like that.
So let me ask this: what was one of the first mistakes of your videos that you remember seeing? Like when I feel like, at least for me, the way I learn is I'll shoot a video, then I'll look back on it and be like, oh, I didn't export it at the right frame rate, or oh, like I should have kept the camera still. Like, what was one of the first things that you remember? Like, oh, if I fix this, this video is gonna be way better.
I think the first way where I saw a crazy mistake, and it might have been a vid before I even shot before I even shot the music video. It was an org. I did a recap of a school event, like just on my own time. I wasn't like a part of nothing on campus or nothing. So I just did it and I sent it out to somebody that I knew or whatever. And like the way I exported, it was just weird. It was off. But at the time I thought I was cool. Like, oh, I exported the video, sent it out, but it was like it was supposed to export in vertical, but it was
Oh, it did.
yeah. So it was like something weird like that. Like it was supposed to be horizontal, but it exported like a just tall, and so I had a bunch of black space between the joint. I don't know.
So did you not notice until like they seen it type shit, or you noticed it like right when you exported it?
I think it might have been right when I exported, but I didn't know how to fix it.
Oh,
so you just I just sent it to do. So I didn't know how to fix it. I think I was editing on a school computer at the time. So I think I was in a rush to go somewhere or something like that. So when I exported
on Premiere or Final Cut?
I think, was it Premiere? I don't know if it was Premiere. It was on the school iMac. I'm trying to think.
Oh, at ODU?
Yeah, ODU.
I've edited at ODU before. I know they got Premiere, so it could have been
so
that.
It probably was Premiere. So I think it was Premiere. Yeah, that joint was terrible though. When I think back to it, that joint was bad. So I think that was probably like the first big mistake I saw with that, and I still didn't. Even when I did my first music video, I didn't. I just picked presets to export it in. So then obviously, like I said, after that, that's when I started doing more research, like seeing how to export, what's the best export settings. Like I'm just looking up simple stuff like that, which would just help. But honestly, I think the next big change in my vids, I feel like everything was kind of gradual. But I feel like my next big change was my colors.
Your colors.
Yeah, it was my colors. So shout out to Long. He was he was the cameraman at Exchange Norfolk, is it? Or Norfolk Exchange, whichever one. The sneaker spot. So I remember one time I went in there, I saw him with the camera and stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I shoot it. I think I was still shooting with the A6300 at the time. So
he did the color profiles.
Yeah, so he loved that. So I was shooting S-Log 2 because I knew S-Log 2 was supposedly like the best.
Yeah,
it was the best, but at the time for that camera, so I'm like, oh yeah, I'm shooting that, just like, oh yeah, my video's crispy, thinking I'm exposing it right, and I'm not doing too much post production and colors and stuff like that. So I show him the vid, and he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, your vids, like your edit stuff is cool. It's kind of like it go with everything. He was like, but your video looks washed out. Like you need to add more. You need to expose it the right way. Because add more contrast and add more saturation. Probably use LUTs or whatever the case is, and do it right. So then from that point, that's when I started to pay more attention to my colors and actually learn how to expose. That's when I actually started practicing the proper way to expose and understanding like it's not really textbook to it. It's more of like knowing your situation that you're in. So obviously like your exposure meter is gonna be lower if only a piece of the screen is like if you only got the subject lit up, but the whole background is dark. So it shouldn't be 2.0 at that time because most of the screen would be black. Like it's like little stuff like that. So I learned that, and I know exactly what vid I showed him. It was a vid from Rollo. I can't remember the name of it, but I know we was in a house. We in an abandoned house. It wasn't really an abandoned house. I think somebody owned it, but we jumping through the window to get in the house. But it was an empty house. Nah, for real. And it was
around to get that shot.
Nah, for real. So we in there shooting. I had the atmosphere can, the spray to create the smoke. And stuff like that. I had that. I'm in there. We in there spraying down. We shooting in the bathroom. We shooting in the rooms. We shoot next to the window. We just shooting in there. Just thankfully they ain't had no camera, but we got in and out of there. But I showed him that video, and he was like, "Yeah, you know, it's cool." He was like, "It just looked washed out." So then from that point, that's where my coloring and everything, like my color, just my color thing in general. I'm sorry, it just got better. It just got better. I just started to see, you start to see more contrast, and I feel like that plays a part in my quality. So now I'm learning that's improving my quality, knowing how to expose the right way, and then knowing how to color to a certain extent.
So you feel like even like shooting, you're pretty good at shooting to start off with. Like, it's nothing you really had to learn with shooting. Because I feel like
That's true.
a lot of people, they get a camera and they'll have a T3i, and the T3i will come with one of those zoom lenses. You can zoom in and out. And when they start shooting, they'll be zooming in and out. They'll be moving the camera crazy. But
Nah, that's a fact.
one thing like they had to learn is that no, like chill out. Like put your camera on a tripod or be intentional with your shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, was it anything like that? Or you feel like that was kind of natural to you?
No, that wasn't natural at all. I was doing the same, exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
So I've been there zooming it out, like doing like with certain stuff and things like that. Which is crazy because I still do that sometimes when I use my zoom lens.
Yeah.
So I
But
still,
as a
but
effect,
it's
though, you know what
intentional.
you're doing.
So I'm doing
you
it
know.
more intentional now.
Yeah.
So it's like not necessarily wrong. It's just I was using it wrong at the
Yeah.
time. Like I'm just thinking I'm just doing something crazy. Like I'm going to turn the whole camera instead of the lens. So the whole like, it just that weird stuff. I was just doing whatever. So So no, that was definitely a thing. So I think when I started doing more research, I got the stabilizer. It wasn't a gimbal. It was one of the little joints from
Mechanical joints?
Amazon.
Oh,
yes, it was just steady. It was no motor, no nothing.
It was
no
the one like
balance.
this?
Yeah, it was just.
Okay.
It was like just a
Yeah,
bar.
that shit is like,
It
I don't
was
even
dirt.
know why they advertise that as a stabilizer. It doesn't stabilize anything.
At all. So I'm just in there just trying to stay as steady as possible.
Yeah.
We would shoot the cipher and everything, like our Oregon campus called Visions. We did a school cipher and all of that. So but I'm in there just thinking I'm going crazy. Like, oh yeah, this is super stuff. But nah. So I think just me doing more research and just looking at certain things a certain way caused me to adjust the way that I shoot, like in regards to handhelds, and then wanting to get a gimbal or a stabilizer to help, be more steady with my shots and more intentional. So I think it was just more of me just learning. I think it was more of me just learning over time because I thought I was doing good for what I had, and then now it's just like just learning more skills. You just develop. So,
Yeah, like he said, like if there's something that you don't know yet, just search it on YouTube and try it out. I feel like that's one great way to learn expeditiously. Another thing that he said was he had took his video to somebody else that was already a videographer, and they critiqued his work. And I think that's a great way to learn as well, a faster, later way to learn when you have a mentor. In that moment, he was a mentor.
Yeah.
So if y'all want to learn fast, if y'all want to become great videographers, seek out counsel from him. Seek out counsel from me. Seek out counsel from any videographer that you like and say, hey, can I go with you to a shoot? Can I see what you're doing? Can you, show me exactly what you're doing? And you will learn way faster.
Yeah.
So I think that was important with you bringing that up.
Yeah, and I'm open to that. So like I'm definitely like I know some videographer you might not hear a response from them or they may not want to give you certain answers. Like I'm not a gatekeeper for everything. Like in regards to like how I learn. Like I said, I went to school for accounting and finance. Like that was not even close to anything to do with the camera. But as you see, my work has developed over time. Even if you go to my Instagram, if you scroll to the bottom and see all my old vids still there. I didn't try to delete stuff to try to just show all my good work. You see all my work from when I started. So just seeing how I develop and grow, but I'll let you know that I learned everything. I'm like YouTube University for real. Like everything I learned was from YouTube. So I mean, obviously, and Long and dude named Long and any other videographer that I spoke to that probably helped me with certain little things. But I think Long he probably helped me the most in regards because like he'll put me like come help me shoot this and XYZ. So if I had time, I'll pop out and stuff like that. So, but YouTube
will get you right. And having a mentor get you right. I remember, I'll tell this story. One of my mentors, he was doing a music video for me. So a lot of people don't know, I do music too. And he was doing a music video for me. And during the process of him editing my video, I had just started doing music videos for other people. And he looked at my video and I was like, what you think? He was like, what did you export it at? Is it 60 frames per second? I was like, no, I think it's 24 frames per second. Whole time the video was 60 frames per second. But my eye wasn't trained enough to see it yet. You know, I'm like, how did he see this?
Nah, facts.
And certain things
That's crazy.
just take practice in order for you to feel, in order for you to see. because it's a similar thing with engineers. Engineers can hear a sound in a beat or a sound in a vocal and know to take that sound out. Why? Because they're trained. They train their ears to hear it.
Or even
So,
a mechanic. Like
even a mechanic.
they hear a certain knock in the car, the way it does
Yeah.
XYZ, or you try to turn the ignition and do a little click. Oh, that's the alternator. That's not the battery. Like simple
Exactly.
stuff like that. Like you just pick up as you do because you know you just gonna learn from your mistakes, or you can learn from other people's mistakes as well. So you don't always got to make the mistakes. Sometimes if you do enough research, you gonna learn from somebody else's mistakes. So it's just like stuff like that. Like once again, like you said, it's just training. Like just learning, developing your own skills, and stuff's just gonna become second nature. Like knowing what settings to put your camera on if you want to do XYZ, what style you want to go for. Like it's gonna become second nature once you just start doing it. So get out there and just do it. So like you got a camera, go out there and shoot. Like if it's even to shoot yourself, just to get that learn how to expose the right
that's
way.
exactly what I be saying. Nah, that's good because that practice. It's some things that you can't learn. You have to see. Like I wasn't going to be able to see that 60 frames per second if I didn't do a lot of videos. You have to train your mind to be able to see that. It's not gonna come from you watching a video.
Nah, facts.
You know.
Now, low-key, I probably wouldn't even be able to name that mistake. So that video, I don't know if I ever made that type of mistake though.
Yeah,
so
I did.
Like,
it was dumb as fuck.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even know. I don't even know like what did he see or what you couldn't even explain like what would a person see to know that you exported in a higher frame rate compared to 24 frames?
At least like me, like I can see it now. So I got friends like my homeboy that do the Trapped in VA vlogs. He was showing me a couple of his music videos and stuff, and I can instantly see, oh, that's exported in 60 frames per second, because it just looked like more like, how can I say it, more fluid. Like it looks more like a soap opera. I think soap operas are in 30 frames per second or they in 60, one of those. But it looked like that, and I was like, oh, okay, I can see it instantly now. You know, and that's just an amateur mistake that you're not gonna know that you're making until really somebody points it out, or you actually start to train your eyes to see it. You know.
Which also could become intentional. So
yeah,
it could be a mistake, but if your style is your style, like that could be, you could intentionally export a 60 frames because you want that look that he's talking about with the soap opera, which may not be what we that's not what we want, obviously, but you know, if that's your style, that's your style. So I guess that's gonna lead into in the sense of like knowing the basics. So like we said, do your research, know the basics, know the triangle with the ISO, the frames. No, it was the ISO
frame rate.
The frame. Not the frame rate. It was the ISO, the shutter speed. And
with the aperture.
And the aperture. Yeah. Damn, you see, like, but I know them, but But yeah, so like just know those three, like how those three relate and how it affects your image and stuff like that. Know the basics, learn the basics, learn how to get it out, like what the standard way, as they would say. So like a lot of people are like, oh, this is the standard to have your shutter speed double your frame rate. Yeah, that's the standard way to do it. But
you can do it your way.
Exactly. Like lines is put there. It's not like nobody ever drawn outside the lines in the set. I forgot. I said it all the way here too. I'm trying to think about how I said it, but it was kind of like lines is there for you to kind of stay in, but that's because somebody went outside those lines before
and made their own lines.
Exactly.
And made their own. That's
so like
true.
Something like that. So it's just like learn how to do the basics though, so you can always come back to the basics and know what you need to do to stay at the base or at the standard. But then you can start venturing off. Like, okay, you know, they usually say don't go higher than this ISO, but I need to for this shot because XYZ. It might be cleaner even if I go over it because, you know, I'm exposing it right. It might be better to expose it right compared to just trying to follow the rules. Like whatever rules that is put out there. So it's just learning, testing your equipment, knowing your capabilities of your equipment. All that plays a factor. All that plays a factor because somebody can have a professional person that knows a camera, knows all the rules, and know how to shoot and with the lighting and stuff. Let's say you had the same lighting equipment, but he's shooting with a T3, and then a person that's not experienced enough is shooting with a Sony FS cinema camera
or Red or something.
Yeah, like whatever, any type of like big time camera. A person that's shooting with a T3 could make the image look way better than.
And I be saying that all the time.
Every time.
The fundamentals are so important. Like once you learn how to shoot, you can literally take anything and pull the emotion out of the viewer from that camera, you know?
Exactly.
Like if I had to go back to a Nikon D3300, which was my first official camera, then I'd be able to use that camera way better than I used it back then. I could probably shoot a movie or a short film or something on it. You know what I'm saying?
And I think
because of those fundamentals.
Exactly. And I think another videographer actually did that. I don't know his intentions behind why he did it, but Clout Squad. I've seen him come from.
Oh, that's the dude that got all like the little different spaces and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he still do, but I know he did at some point in time.
Yeah.
But Cloud Squads, I remember he was shooting with a lot of I don't know if he was shooting Black Magic a lot. I know he did have Black Magic, but I forgot what higher up camera. I think he did go cinema. I think he did do like a bigger Canon camera. I might be wrong, but either way, he came from a higher camera and he went back to like one of the entry level cameras and was still shooting good video.
Yeah.
And his videos are still quality, and he even said in his vids was like, yo, he was like, this is a camera that might cost like $600, $400 for the body by itself. And look at the vids that I'm producing. He was producing quality videos. So it's like stuff like that, like just the knowledge of you knowing what to do and with the equipment that you got, knowing the equipment that you got, and then knowing what you need to do with that to produce whatever product you want is key. Like you don't always need a high end camera. Like, he didn't need a Blackmagic 6K to shoot his vids. Like he went all the way back down. It was probably shooting 1080p, 24 frames. It was still making quality videos.
Yeah, because he knows those fundamentals, you know. And I think for my channel, like for this channel, I like to talk about mentality more than like just effects, more than, you know, this camera or that camera, because it really comes down to mentality. It comes down to what's your purpose for the shot. Your purpose is going to tell you exactly how you want to shoot it, whether you're going to shoot it on a tripod like this podcast, or whether you're going to shoot it on a stabilizer like a music video or, you know, a movie or something like that. So it's all about purpose. It's all about
even
your mindset.
handheld, like everything is intent. Like handheld.
Like see, a lot of his videos are handheld, like the videos that we were just watching.
Hold on, we gotta put it on.
Yeah. No, we got it. For sure. Y'all gotta see his stuff.
In the background, dang, that's crazy. I set it up and everything. We good though. We leave it at that. It's all cool.
Yeah, like his videos, he shoot a lot handheld, but that's probably because the type of song that he's shooting for,
the type of energy
it's hype. You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
Yeah.
So like you can see, like I could even give examples of videos that I did more gimbal work with. It was a video of my homegirl A Sade.
Okay, yeah, I seen that.
So I shot a vid. I could not remember the name of it, but I know she had a blue varsity jacket on in the garage. We shot it in 2 garages right across the street from each other. And I did a lot more gimbal work than anything, just because of how the song flowed. It flowed a little bit more. It wasn't too much bait, too much rugged. It was more of like a flowy type song. So I used a lot more gimbal work compared to me probably doing the vid that's probably on that screen right there. It's a lot more handwork, a lot more handheld stuff, just because of how the bass is hitting or the heads is hitting. But that's my intention too, because you can still shoot those on gimbals as well. If, you know, that's how you want to do it. But I just like that. That's how I like to add energy to certain things. So
is that your mentality now? Like, or was that your mentality starting off? Or let me ask this: what's your mentality when somebody hits you up for a video and you're now thinking like, all right, how am I going to shoot this? Like, what do you start thinking about?
A lot of my vids is us run and gun, to keep it a buck. Like honestly, it's a lot of run and gun. I don't really get the location till like an hour before, so it really be, and I do that intentionally just because of, you know, certain places I'm going, it might be certain situations that could or could not happen. So I just try to limit my liability in certain situations. So that's why I don't really try to get locations ahead of time. I usually try to wait. So it's like, just in case something do happen, you can't be like, oh, you know, he attached to whatever the case is. So, but I'm usually like on the spot, run a gun. So when I'm there, my whole thing is I want to light it the way that I need to light it, which could be backlit, front lit, you know, however like my key light need to be. But my main thing with me with any vid is quality. So so I'm more like, once again with the lighting, I'm more intentional with that. So obviously when I shoot at night, it's just more limited. But people like moving and stuff like that, so it be messing me up.
I know,
like, if I have
I know.
A light,
You be like, nigga, stay there, nigga, stay there.
Or they be wanting to run up and down the block like, yo, you shoot at 10 o'clock at night. I don't got you ain't got no street lights in the hood. What's going on here? So it be stuff like that. So, but honestly, my whole intention with everything is really just quality at the end of the day, and I really just go off the flow. Like I said, a lot of my stuff is run and gun. So I'll listen to the song. I might even listen to the song on the way there. But I'm just going off the energy and what I kind of see there. But then I have to go off of what I see once I get to the location. Because they just might have a random location, or they just might be just any random location. They just want to shoot there. So now when I get there, I got to look at certain angles, how I want to do this, like what's going to make more sense when I do X, Y, Z. So intentionally, my bottom line is quality. My whole point is I just want to have it look the certain way that I want it to look. So,
and how important is the type of light? Because, you know, I try to tell people this all the time. It's like people be worried about, oh, should I get this light? Should I get that light? I'm just saying, to me, it's like, nigga, however you can light the shit,
Yeah,
light it, you know,
yeah,
so you can see stuff.
yeah.
Now, of course, there's different ways you can light this where you can get less shadows and stuff like that. But to me, it's like wherever you can find light, find light. What's your perspective on that?
I would say that's the same. I would say it's relatively the same. Like just use it. Like the vid that was just shown on that one, actually, on that screen, I didn't have any lights for that vid. I ended up pulling up to that video and forgot my lights at home. So I tried to call my mom to bring it up there. She wasn't even home. I'm like, all right, so, well, she wasn't even close to my house in general. So I'm like, dang. So I had to shoot that vid. So I'm just like, we're just in certain areas, like under a street
Under the
light.
street
Yeah,
light,
we in the
yeah.
park. So like we in certain spots, just like the lights just hitting. I'm like, yo, I just need y'all to stay X, Y, Z. So it is just try to get some light in general. That's a fact. And then know how you need to adjust your settings to make sure that light is effective. So, for people that shoot at higher frame rates, you're gonna have a higher shutter speed in general, which the base shutter speed just might be higher than usual. So it's like you might have to bring that frame rate down now just to try to compensate and make sure you got a decent enough exposure for you to at least see the features of certain faces, just know how it looks. So, but also at the same time, keep it a buck. Sometimes you got to spend that money. Sometimes, not all the
Yeah.
time, but certain things you got to kind of spend that money on. So, like for me, like my lights, I started off with the Quasar. No, what lights did I start off with? I started with the YN360s or something like that, little
Okay,
wand ones
okay,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
battery on the back. I started off with those first, and I got the Quasar tube lights, but it was the cheap one that was like $100 ones that you had to plug in the wall. But
Oh, okay, okay.
the adapter wasn't fitting good. You had to try to tape it. It was all type of weird stuff. So, but then over time, I was like, okay, so now I'm about to make a bigger purchase and get XYZ light, like get these certain tube lights that I'm using, or getting this big light that I'm using with a softbox, and just think and also take in consideration the position or the situation that you're in. So if we're in a certain area that we're not necessarily supposed to be in, I also need to use a light that's more faster to set up. So I'm using tube lights most of the time.
Yeah.
Compared to if I'm in the studio, I'm like, okay, now I can bring the full
Soft
light setup.
boxes or
Yeah,
some shit like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
some most stuff. So it's situational, but at the end of the day, you obviously need some type of lighting for you to separate your subject somehow, to show your subject somehow. So it's situational, but I do feel like light is important. But any light that you get is better than no light.
Yeah,
Simple
yeah.
as that, to be honest
Nah,
with
that's
you.
a fact.
Any
That's
light
a
that you
fact.
get is
And
better than no light.
that's what I try to tell them. Like, I feel like everybody, like, not everybody, but a lot of videographers that's trying to start off, they focus on like kind of like the wrong things. And I think what anybody should be focused on when you have a new pursuit is getting started, just getting your runs in. Now, eventually, when you get more money, upgrade your lights. But for right now, maybe you got to go to Walmart and get a light, or Lowe's and get a light.
Yeah.
Use that light until you know you you can get more lights. So
Yeah. Or do whatever it takes. You can get a job if you need to try
exactly.
to go be able to afford to get some more light. So like, I'm like me personally, just thankfully I was in college and I was able to get refund checks. So I'm using
Oh
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I'm a RA. So and just my personal life in general, I'm just making money because I got to handle my own things. But then I'm also in a position that is allowing me to possibly invest a little bit more. That I put myself in a position to do so. So if you in college, you trying to do that, try to find a way, like be a RA or find a job on campus that's going to probably lower your cost of college to probably get a refund check if you want to, so you can invest in yourself. Or if you're not in college, like you don't have to be in college, but if you're not in college, like get a job. Like ain't nothing wrong with trying to get a job that's gonna have you working like 3-4 days a week, 12-hour shifts or whatever the case is. You got them other 3 days that you might be able to invest if you want to or if you can, and then do whatever. Like if this is really what you want to do, put the working time in with or without the camera to help invest into your camera or your business. So I feel like that goes either way in life. So like personal life or the business life or the camera life, whatever. Like always just put yourself in position to try to invest in something that you want to do.
Most
Simple
definitely.
as that.
Most definitely. So, when did you first start getting clients? And tell them exactly like how they can start getting clients if they're a new videographer.
All right, so like I said, I got more consistent in college. Like I said, I got my first camera in high school. Once again, I probably mess with that camera for like a month and then put it down, put it to the side. I got to college, got another camera, so it was like here and there. Probably like people I just knew. I was probably like, oh, let's take some pictures. Once again, I wasn't that consistent. So then and plus, I'm gonna be honest with you, my Dukes helped me with those first two cameras. But then after that, I'm like, I want to buy this. So, I put myself in a position to be able to buy another camera that I really wanted, which was the Canon 6D. And then from that, that's when I kind of was more persistent with what I wanted to do, which was just using the camera in general. So it started off with, like I said, it was the org videos that were just regular org videos. I don't even think the dude that asked me to do the music video even saw any one of my org videos that I did. I think he just knew I had a camera. It was just like, oh, shoot a video, and I just tried it. So from there, like I said, my homeboy Rollo, he rapped. So I did his first video, shot with him, and then NFO loaded. I knew his girl at the time. Like we was like in mutual friend group somehow, some way.
Hold on. He went to ODU too?
Yeah, he went to ODU. He was on the football team.
I shot a video for him.
That's where I knew you from.
I shot a video.
Remember I told you in the DM?
It was in the it was in the
house.
apartment.
Exactly.
Norfolk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I knew you from. Like when I told you, I said, I was like, yo, I've been a fan of your work. That's the first time I saw you. I'm like, yo, this video I was hurt though. In my heart. I'm like, damn, you done found another video. I'm like, hey, you about to book me no more.
Damn. I knew that name.
Yeah.
I knew that name.
I forgot to you when you said that. I should have thought about that. When you was like, yeah, you sound familiar. I should be like, yeah, you shot. That's where I heard you. That's where I heard your name from. And I was like, oh, nah, he's going crazy. Like, that video was insane to me. Like at the time, it's still insane to me. Like I don't even know how you set that up to have like the way that it came out. So I'm like, nah,
I'm trying to think. Like, damn, that's crazy.
That was tough though. But yeah, so it started with them two, and honestly, it's more like for me. I think even from the beginning, it's really a lot of like word of mouth. Like to be honest with you, like I don't throw my business in people's faces. Which I feel like it wouldn't necessarily be called like I don't promote myself personally sometimes, which I feel like it could further me more, but at the same time, like I'm like a person like you gonna see my work somehow, some way. So I'd rather you see my work and then try to book with me, rather me trying to throw my business in your face for you to book with me. Like I'm just not that type of dude. So like I said, it started with my homeboy. It started with Dude first, and my homeboy Rollo, and then NFO loaded, and then there was another guy called JL Dubop from Richmond, from the 804 area. Somehow he ended up tapping it with me. I don't even remember how, but he tapped it with me. I think that initiated the doors opening in Richmond because, like I said, I was shooting on my vids in the 7.5. I was an R8, so I was R8 during the school year and during the summer. Like I was able to get the R8 position on campus as well. So I was in the 7.57 for like 3 years straight.
Oh damn!
So I shot those videos.
You're really a 7.57 nigga now.
So then from there, like I said, JL Doo-Wop. And then I feel like that started to crack the door open for me for Richmond in general. And then I might be missing somebody else, but I just know those are the significant names. But JL Doo-Wop. Then somehow whoever was paying attention to him was I know a dude named Bang Boy was in tune with him. So then Bang Boy ended up wanting to shoot with me. And then that opened the door with C Glizzy. Then C Glizzy, which was my oldest 100,000 view video, which was our first video.
And once you get one of those, it's a wrap.
Yeah, but it wasn't the first one I had though. But it was the oldest one. So the first one I had was with Big Op, Freedom. They hit. We shot the video Chicken, whatever, and I finished it, but I didn't finish it the day that they got locked up.
Damn.
So
y'all dropped it that day?
Nah, they ended up dropping it probably like a week later. I think he had his one of them had their girls drop it or something like that on their channel. But I remember them hitting me up. They hit me up probably like a couple days before, like, yo, XYZ. They knew that it was coming. So whatever the situation was that they was in, so they was just like, yo, we trying to drop da. So I think I sent it to them and I had to change the title. That's what it was. I sent it to them one morning. He was like, yo, it's called such and such. Let's not call it this. I'm like, okay. So I changed the title. Had to wait for it to export, and then by the time I hit them back up, I think they got locked up for like 2 hours before I sent it back to them.
Damn.
But that was the first video that hit 100K. I think that's probably at like 200,000 right now. So, but that was the first video that hit 100K. But C Glizzy, like I said, when we first shot our first vid, hit 100K. Probably like a year later. And then I think C Glizzy, that completely opened the door in general for like people in the city just to see me, like to see my name connected to, videos and stuff like that. And then just gradually it just opened up more and more. So just people. So a lot of the way I allow my business to grow is more organic, which is word of mouth, and then people just seeing my work. So they contact me, and just thankfully, I just developed over time, and it's continuing to grow. So it's just more organic, and also one of the biggest things, do good business. Do good business. I still got ways to go with my business, with certain things, with a lot of things. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not perfect at all, but certain basic qualities, certain basic things you do as a business, it needs to be there. So just do good business. If you shoot a video for somebody, make sure they get their video. If somebody sends you a deposit, make sure you shoot the video. So like stuff
I be
like
hearing
that.
about stuff like that. I be like,
hearing,
how the hell niggas do that? Like,
yeah, that don't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
So but the thing is, I don't know people's situations, so I wouldn't be like, oh, they telling the truth, because somebody could just be mad at somebody
That's
and just
true.
want to say that just because they heard it from somebody else. So I never want to attach that to nobody, but you just want to do good business, because that's just gonna keep it a long way. Because at the end of the day, nobody could be like, at least for me wise, nobody could ever say Pakk owed me a video, or Pakk, did XYZ with anybody. So, or he BS'd on my video, like stuff like that. Like just do good business. And the way I do I just do my vids based on how I feel with the video. So it's kind of like every video I do is just like how I'm feeling at the time when I'm shooting it, how I'm editing it. It's just how I feel at the time. It's not like, oh, I got to make sure I do this crazy edit with every video. It's like, nah, it's just how I'm feeling, how the shots come out and stuff like that. But yeah, so just, you can be organic or you can push yourself out there. But I feel like at the end of the day, I think the core of it is doing good business. Because people gonna respect that and gonna appreciate it. And especially so once you keep developing, people gonna come back to tap in. I feel like that's just gonna keep people kind of like in the bin type stuff to always want to come back in and mess with you. So
yeah,
good business is key.
Nah, it basically sound like you saying just be a good person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? just be a good person.
Basically,
like if the video's taking longer than what you told them, just tell them that, like, look, it's gonna take 2 more days or it's gonna take 3 more days. Like,
I ain't
just
gonna lie, I feel
communicate.
that's one of the things I need to work. Like I communicate though. Like
Yeah.
somebody was to ask, I ain't gonna lie and be like, oh, the video done, and then not giving no vid. But if I'm still working on it, like I ain't gonna say nothing to them. But I might be like a day or two. I might be a day or two late. I might be a day or two late.
He was about to lie to it. He was about to lie.
Yeah, I ain't even about to. I'm like, nah. I don't say nah. I'll just be like, let me just keep working on the joint. Hopefully they be able to chill. But now, like, especially me getting booked more, like people rocking me more. They just know that I'm not, if they ever had a bad situation with another videographer in general, like, they might be more down on it. Like, yo, like, what's good with the vid? Because XYZ, they might think somebody trying to run off. So, but typically, as people start to,
and that's understandable, because I've heard stories of people running off with people vids. You know what I'm saying?
And it happens like that. And it's a lot of well, not a lot of videographers, but it's a lot of stories like you said. There's a lot of stories out there like that. So, people be down bad on it, but like I said, at some point in time, if it does take longer, which it could, and it happens, and it's technology too. So like it's understandable. Like if you're trying to export a vid, and for some reason it's some type of error. That's like
that really happens.
That's the most annoying thing. Like it just happened today before I came. I told you I had to finish a video, so I'm exporting it. I'm thinking
in Premiere.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. So I was finishing the video and I was exporting it. It could get to that last frame before like the social media stuff come up, and they'll end up end up dying out, like or failing or whatever. So it'd be like stuff like that, and it might take like 2 or 3 hours for that vid to just export by itself and stuff like that. So
no bullshit, and there's been times where I felt like I wanted to sue Premiere. I wanted to sue them niggas, because I'd try to export my video like 10 times and it's not working. I'm like, bro, I paid too much. I done had a Premiere subscription since like 2016. 2015, 2016. I done spent thousands of dollars with them. I'm like, bro, like, nah, y'all gotta get this right. So,
for real.
And so I say that to say that what he's saying really happens, you know. So, I think communication is a big thing. Yeah. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody's perfect, but just communicating.
Yeah, that's the bottom line. Do business. Do what you say you're gonna do. You make a deal with somebody, just stick it through, even if you don't want to. You made the deal. You took once the money is exchanged and once it's confirmed and money exchanged with me, whatever the deal is, I accept it. Like I did it. He probably gonna see this vid too, but I just finished this vid tonight too. That was the same vid, but I did a vid with an artist named Pakk, and then so we shot the vid. This is the first vid that me and him shot, but he been around for other vids that I probably shot in his area. So we were shooting this vid. So I think the last scene we shot was on one of the basketball courts that was in their projects or whatever. So I just randomly, like, cause I ain't see him touch the basketball the whole time. So I'm like, if you make one full court shot on your first try, you get a free vid. So he ended up hitting it.
Damn.
I think he. I think
I know
like
you was
low-key,
hurt.
and I told him I was hurt. I was definitely hurt, but I had to watch the vid. I had to watch the vid after I left. I'm like, I don't think he hit that joint.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he probably hit the front rim, but at the end of the day, I already agreed to it. So I'm
Yeah,
like, and I
yeah.
already left. I don't want to come back and be like, oh, now you ain't hit it. I ain't trying to do the free vid. I already agreed. I already left the spot, so it is what it is. And then he sent me. We ended up doing the vid. It ended up being 3 minutes long. Like the song, I'm
Oh
like,
my
damn,
God.
for a free vid. I ain't gonna lie, I was hurt, but I did it though because at the end of the day, I agree. I
That's
didn't
your
set
word.
that boundary.
That's your
Yeah, I
word.
didn't set that boundary. So like I stick. So I know next time if I was to ever do that, or even I'm done gambling with y'all niggas though. I'll be losing in dice and everything. So I'm done gambling with y'all in the projects. But now like stuff like that, like now I just know, next time I do something like that, if I do like some type of deal or whatever the case is, I'll just set more limitations to it. Like, okay, if I end up doing a free or half or video or whatever, like, all right, the song got to be less than X amount of time because I don't want to spend a bunch of time on a vid that I'm doing for free in a sense. So just stick to your word, be a good person, communicate. That's gonna keep your business flowing, and just do what you can.
Be a good person. It's just, what you should do. You know what I mean? Like, what you should do. So on another note, let me ask you this, and this may be the good part for the people that's viewing.
Yeah.
What's your craziest music video story? I know you got some crazy. I mean, you shooting the projects,
Nah,
so
that's
I know
a
you.
fact.
I know you got some crazy ones. Now you don't have to, incriminate anybody.
Yeah.
But and you don't have to use names. But I think.
Damn, I'm trying to think. What was crazy? I got to think of all the projects I went to.
Ain't no shootouts happening.
Surprisingly, nah.
Wow.
Nah. Actually, it was one, but I don't want to say that one. But it was one. It was one that did have a shootout. That was crazy. It was crazy. But damn, I'm trying to think. I know it was a fight I wanted on. That was some girls fighting or whatever. Dang, that's crazy. Do I have
That's
any
good
crazy?
though. That's good.
Low key.
I feel like my fortune isn't that great.
Damn.
I
All
done
right,
been-
tell us your story. I'm gonna keep thinking about mine. If you got one,
all right. So
give us one.
let's see. Damn, I don't know if I want to tell it.
See,
I told it. I told this before though,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll tell it again. I ain't gonna say no names. So we out the beach, okay, and I'm with these dudes. I shot I think 1 or 2 videos for them before, and so we driving in my car. Mind you, this is like some years ago. Like and these niggas are like young niggas, maybe like 18, 19 or something like that. So we go into the neighborhood to shoot the next scene because we had shot the first scene in a parking garage. So we go into their neighborhood. Mind you, it's not their neighborhood. It's the ops neighborhood.
Oh,
And the dude is like outside of my window, like sitting on the window outside, like with his gun out. And what happened was we rode past this one place. I mean, this one. All right, so it was this car that was parked, and the dude that was outside of the car, and he had seen the dude that was in my car outside of the window. So the dude was about to shoot. The dude in the car starts shooting at him.
god damn.
And then the other dude that's getting shot at, he starts shooting at the car. So I'm in the car. I had to skirt.
Yeah, got to.
Mind you, he shot out my gas tank and like this bullet holes. I mean, that was my old car, but there was bullet holes in my car.
I was like,
and
damn,
shit
you
like
still
that. And that was
driving?
that was at a video shoot. I was scared as a bitch. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, what the fuck
Nah,
is
when
going
bullets
on?
get to flying, it is crazy though. Even
Yeah.
when it's like close calls or people be thinking. I mean, everybody gotta be on point. So it just be times. It definitely be times with that with a lot of it. Like, oh, yo, watch that car, watch this. Da-da.
Yeah,
So,
but
like-
I was tripping in this situation. I was tripping in this situation, so
Yeah, it'd be like that. All right, so I do got one. So I can speak on this one. And I low-key forgot about this one. So we shooting in the Airbnb, right? This is in the city. We shooting in the Airbnb. I think we shooting 2 vids that night. So I shot the first one, and then I shot we were shooting the next one. So while we shooting the next one, I'm getting like, cause it's a couple people on the song, so I'm getting like their solo scenes in a sense. I am. I'm getting their solo scenes. So while we setting up for the last person solo scene, a fight break out in the Airbnb. It's a bunch of girls fighting. So they going at whatever the fighting we hearing certain stuff. So they going at it. So they end up going outside. So we're like, all right, you feel me? They outside. Like people telling them to chill before the police, cause we wasn't in the hood. It was an Airbnb somewhere. So it was with some civilized. No, I ain't gonna say civilized. That sounds crazy. But it was with a certain group of people. So so they end up outside. So I'm like, all right. So they fighting outside. That's cool. We just gonna chill. So I think I already moved my camera stuff from over there because it was like a living room and then dining room, but it wasn't like no door. It was just like a big open space. So like the living room was right there next to the dining room, which I think most spots are like that. But either way, so we there. They end up outside. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm setting up my tripod to get this shot or whatever the case is. Somehow the fight end up back in the house. They just somehow it's back in the house and they going crazy. Like for some reason this one is just times 10. Like this time it's times 10. So you hear stuff breaking, tables falling, mirrors falling off the wall. Like it's just getting crazy in there. Dude in there snapping because the Airbnb is under his name with his card on it. He's like, man, y'all got me effed up, whatever the case is. So whatever. So they in there just going crazy. So I'm just like, yo. So dude was like, let's just get the shot, hurry up. So they in the joint fighting. Like you hear it in the vid, like if I had the raw footage, you gonna hear it in the vid, like you hear glass breaking in the back and everything. We just got the song playing. He just in the mirror trying to rap the joint. It just keep getting crazy. Then the law pull up. And then the whole house just like vacate. I'm like, and I'm the only one in there. I got all my stuff in there, like my speaker, my lights. I got everything in there. Niggas done exit the back door, alleyways, all type of stuff. I'm like, damn. But that was crazy because it was just like they were just wilding and we were just like, let's just get the shot. Like let's just hurry up and try to get the shot while they literally fighting like 10 feet away from niggas. So that was probably the craziest joint. And they was rumbling though. Them shorties was rumbling. I ain't gonna lie.
Damn.
I don't know who got beat up, but they was wilding though for sure.
That's crazy. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, they was beast. They was beast.
Yeah, I done got locked up at music videos.
I was hoping I won't get locked up that time because we was in the Airbnb. I was hoping,
Yeah.
but I ain't luckily. I ain't even get searched at no music video before.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I done got searched. Maybe it's different out here, cause
Yeah, y'all got some shit going on.
yeah, nah, they ain't playing. Like they is not playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got locked out. They poured out guns on everybody. Everything, like, yeah. Took my guns, charged me, everything. But I'm good though. Yeah. They dismissed it. They dismissed it for sure.
The fact they even be doing all of that, it be him like.
Yeah.
They be doing too much sometimes. Even a personal tip. But nah, that's crazy though. Hopefully, nigga, you don't got no more of them situations.
I know, I try to stay away, and I try to pick when I take my gun and when I don't. You know what I'm saying? Just so, like, even the case I had, they basically tried to say that I had it concealed. But when they saw the footage, it was like, nah, it wasn't concealed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I try to stay away from situations where they could either try to play it like that. You know what I'm saying? So
what about getting your license though?
I can't even get it because I already got one gun charge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
that makes sense.
yeah. So maybe I shouldn't be saying that on the camera.
Yeah,
I might have to edit that out. I'm not a criminal, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I like to protect myself.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
It's a law. You can have it. You got it for a reason.
Yeah, nah, for sure.
You was able to get it for a reason, so it is what it is. Maybe I need to get my concealed carry.
Nah, I think, yeah.
Go ahead and get right.
Shit, where you be shooting? For sure.
Yeah, nah, it get crazy.
For sure.
That be the thing, is always, when I'm in the project, I know my people just be like, yo, just be safe, because they just be hearing about stuff. Like, stuff just be happening all the time, so it just be like, ain't no telling what be going on, so. And stuff is real. Like I said, I understand. It's street stuff, so you lose somebody, you can't tell somebody how to feel.
You can't tell somebody how to feel.
When somebody from their side is killed by something, it's different if it's natural causes. But when it's because of somebody else, it'd be hard.
And a lot of these people that's not even anywhere near the streets be like to talk, like, oh, Lord Durk is dumb, and like from the situation I seen, he made dumb decisions, but is it really dumb that he really stepped out there and did what he believed in, retaliated on what he believed in? I mean, his brother died, his best friend died. Like, a lot of people can say what they want, but how would you feel,
Yeah, especially when you're supposed to uphold a certain image. People just look at it a certain way, and obviously you can't. But I think he messed around and even spoke on it in the damn song. Like, he was just doing too much. It was like as OG status as he was supposed to be, as he talked like, oh, make sure you don't XYZ. I mean, you made some crazy mistakes, my boy. Done anything on the phone, you wild out. So.
That attention, that clout, that feeling of power.
But he was good without it, though. That's the thing. Like, people, I mean, personally, I never even heard people really point out those lyrics until he just got locked up. I didn't see people like, oh yeah, he said this, and I mean, besides Federal Nightmares, but we didn't think that like, I didn't think too much over. Like, people just liked the song. I thought people just liked the song because of what it was. I didn't see people highlight lyrics like, oh, he said X, Y, Z. He said this in this song. He said this in that song. Until the case came about, so it was kind of like, Fake was doing good without saying anything too crazy for real. So he was wilding. I ain't gonna lie. No man deserved to be in jail, but he was wilding. He was doing a lot.
Yeah, he was.
He was doing a lot.
He was tripping. Let me ask you this though.
Yeah.
What do you think about diss songs or shooting diss songs? Because at least me, I think it was about 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I said like, look, if you say somebody name in a song, I'm not shooting that song.
I think I saw you post that before.
Yeah.
I think I did see you post that.
How do you feel about that?
I'm a shooter. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a shooter. I'm gonna shoot that. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat that. I ain't about to make it seem like, I gotta be political.
No,
I'm not gonna be too political.
You know, that's I respect your perspective. You know what I'm saying? At least it's me. Like I'll let you say how you feel.
So I would say I'm gonna shoot it because at the end of the day, somebody gonna shoot it. I feel like it's certain limits to it, but I don't think I'll shot a song that was. I mean, everybody got some type of diss in it, so I understand you saying like no names at all.
Yeah, names is different.
Yeah, names is different, but I feel like as long as that sounds mad selfish, but to a certain extent, it really don't affect me unless I take it too far. I feel like certain times with the edits, it could take too far. Like I watch a lot of New York drill, so I'm seeing certain stuff like they putting people's names on blunts and stuff like that. Or you be smoking on such and such, and they edits with the blunts or a pack with the dude name on it. That's ham. That's ham. I almost low-key almost caught myself about to do it, and I said, I'm bugging out. Let me go ahead and delete all of this. I'm not even about to play like that because it's just too much.
Yeah, it's too much.
Because you never know how one person could feel about it. All it takes is one person to feel the type of way.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need, like, even if the whole project is like, oh, it's just a video, it could just be that one dude that's like, I don't care what it is. Like, you did too much. You did that. You went out your way to make sure that you made this type of edit that included XYZ. So, I feel like people going to shoot it. So I'm gonna shoot it, but I would say I'm not going to try to indulge and stuff too much. But I feel like people also just understand like it's their song. Yeah, like I'm a cameraman. Like it's they ops. Like it's gonna come out. Somebody gonna shoot the joint.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just keep putting my name out there, but hopefully hopefully niggas just grow out of it at some point in time. It's always gonna be that though. Cause like I said, stuff ain't no telling when beef gonna stop. But
yeah, nah. And I think my perspective is more so like, how can I say this? I just know if somebody put my name in a song or somebody put my homeboy name that died in a song, like I'm not even gonna think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like I'm the type of person like I don't know. Sometimes I move off an impulse. Like you say my name in a song, like you gotta all I'm saying is I'm not gonna be able to control the emotions that I have. And I know other people that think like that as well.
But what's the difference between you hearing in the song and you seeing them post it on their social media themselves?
Like what you mean?
Like what's the difference if they just posting a video like, oh yeah, we smoking such and such. We smoking Bob Pakk and like Bob's your homie that passed away. What's the difference between hearing in the song?
Only difference is I don't have nothing to do with what he posts. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm not saying you can't do it.
I'm talking about if you was on the side, like how you said if somebody even was to diss XYZ, like you gonna feel some type of way. I'm saying, what's the difference from hearing it in the song? I mean, there's a little difference. I feel like it's gonna be there, but like, what is the big difference between you just seeing them posted to talk about it all the time compared to just hearing it in the song?
Like if I'm the other person?
Yeah, if you're the other person.
Oh, I'm not gonna like either. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So at that point, are you really adding fuel to the fire, low key? In my eyes, I don't think it's really because they're already doing it anyway.
Yeah, nah, they definitely already doing it. I just feel like I know my power in the same way too.
Okay.
To where like I can influence. I feel like I have influenced a lot of people in the 757 to not make diss songs or, you know, because there's this one guy I literally just shot for him last night, and he has some diss songs, and I said, look, I'll shoot it. I gotta blank out the names and stuff like that. And now he's coming to me with songs that don't have any disses at all. So I feel like there is power in the videographers. There is power in us saying like, look. If all of us came together and like, look, we ain't shooting nobody video that you dissing somebody in. That's real power.
Yeah, that's true.
They really look at us like they the niggas, you know what I'm saying? In a sense. So
yeah, we play a part. We definitely play a good part in it. And the thing is, like, I've had artists send me, like, I probably heard a snippet on social media, but they, they didn't blip out a certain name or whatever the case is. But when they hit me up to shoot the vid, it is blipped out, and it was like in the
Yeah.
audio, like they got it blipped out themselves. So it's kind of like, that's their intention of, I'm not going to do too much on the song type stuff. But some people might have that intention. Some people don't. Like, I don't care. Like, I
Yeah.
want them to know I said this because the other videographer that shot his vid didn't bleep it out. So I need to make sure they hear mine. So it's like, it might not be the case. You never know. Because then I might be like, I'm just shooting because I need to make sure they hear that I'm dissing his dead man's because I heard them diss my dead man. So it could go. Well, I mean, that's how they want to like think about it. Just we didn't have that situation at Richmond right now. So maybe if
Yeah.
somebody was to try to take that step, we don't know how that would be. But at the same time, I do hear songs that it's not as much dissing. But it'd be like settled. Like I said, it don't be like straight up. There's like people be having just straight up songs, and out there gonna have certain parts where they're just saying certain things. But it don't be like a whole song. Like you got a whole chorus that's straight up dissing, dissing like somebody whole block or whatever. But
Yeah, nah,
it'd
like
be
I'm
edgy.
cool with the dissing the neighborhood and dissing, you know what I'm saying, the set and stuff like that. I just know when you say somebody's name, it's a different feeling. Like I had one of these little niggas say my name in a song because I made a mistake and left a name in a video I shot for somebody else. And I had to call him up like, yo, bro, like what you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I just know where my head go and I know it's other people like that. So
Yeah,
that's
that's a
why I
fact.
try to stay away from it. Plus I seen other people that got dissed from the videos that I shot and now they dead.
Yeah.
So and it's like, dang, I was kind of cool with them. You know what I'm saying? Like I fuck with them. So it's like,
I feel like that's the part that's kind of crazy with us too. Like
yeah.
especially with the group that we usually shoot for in regards to like music videos, it's like building a rapport with certain people that you shoot for constantly. So it's like with me, like I'm in a situation like almost seeing like almost every side of the city. Like in regards to certain bigger beats. Like I know there's like some beats that's probably bigger that I'm not involved in regards to music wise. Like I probably don't shoot for every side in regards to beef, but there's certain big ones that it's like I'm in everybody's neighborhood. So it's like I'm around niggas like I'm sorry if I can't say niggas, but yeah, I can
Oh,
say
and I
niggas.
was saying niggas the
All
whole
right,
time.
yeah. So I'm mad late before, so
Yeah.
like we around certain people. It's like we building rapport. So yeah, like I'm only around for like a couple hours, but it's still like we really be chilling. Like, and what we're doing is like kind of doing something for them in their life in a sense, like, yo, I'm in this vid, like I'm turned up, da, da, da. Like, even if it's their vid, they be like, yo, you doing a lot for me, like you helped me XYZ, because we all play a part, us, the engineer, the
Most
producer,
definitely.
everybody play a part in it. So it's like after you spend enough time with somebody, it's like you gonna get a rapport. Like you just chill, you might just be chopping it up, or even me giving advice or something like that. They be like, I rock with you because you XYZ, you did XYZ, you keep it organic. So it's just like it's like building a rapport, and it'd be tough because now you build a rapport with certain people, even if they don't rap, they just around, but you've been around them enough, and something happened. It's like, damn, like I was just around, dude, or whatever the case was. So it definitely could be tough, and I feel like that's something that we probably don't talk about as much. I mean, I don't know if people get as affected by it, because some people really just keep that connection like low.
Yeah.
But like sometimes it generally just happen if you just around people, you just see how people personality is. Like it's even crazy for me as I start shooting for more side. 'Cause at a certain point in time, I started off. It seemed like I was only shooting for one side of the city at the time. Like majority, like when it came to the RVA drill part of it and stuff like that. So like I thought I even said it like probably right before people from another side started tapping with me. I probably said it like 2 weeks before, and I'm like, dang, it looked like I'm their videographer, then he's their videographer, and he's their videographer. Like it looked like a certain videographers was set in certain sections, but then it started to like mix and mingle a little bit more, and then now you're getting to see how people act in different areas, different sections. It's like, dang, like if y'all was cool, what what's the biggest artist you shot for or you got close to shooting for?
Ski Mask.
Ski
Ski
Man.
Mask, the Slump God, the dude that used to be with XXX.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
him.
know he is.
I did like a little vlog with G Herbo. This is back in the day though.
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
And which one was you close to? Like you was about to, but ended up not falling through.
Ski Mask.
Okay.
Because
All right,
Ski
yeah.
Mask took my number and everything. So I had shot for his homeboy. So they did a show out here at this venue called Shaka's. And I think it was like 2017. It was before XXX was home and shit. So after the show, I just went up to him and was like, hey, you trying to record? Like, you trying to do a video? He was like, hey, he got one of his homeboys to take my number down. And the dude actually hit me. So I went through and I shot a video for his homeboy. And I was recording him. I had like my studio equipment and everything.
Oh, that's
So,
tough.
yeah.
That's
So,
tough.
yeah. So the dude, Ski Mask, after I left, he asked for my number. So I gave him my number. And then he was supposed to hit me and it just never happened.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think the biggest artist that I was close to shooting with was Q the Fool. I think that's I'm pretty sure that is the biggest artist I was closest to. I was thinking like Jay Guapo, but I think Q the Fool was bigger than Jay Guapo for sure. Jay Guapo, he was Pop Smoke homeboy from New York. So I rock with him, but obviously he New York, so like he more big in New York and other states too. But Q the Fool, it was somebody actually from out here that had a song with him. They was gonna book me for it, but I think it was something with the time or something like that. So they ended up going with his videographer. But I was close to doing that. They was gonna book me for that video. And then to do with Jay Guapo, like I was a fan of his. I'm a fan of his music. So I hit him up one time. He just posted he was in Virginia one time, and I just randomly just like DM'd him. Was just like, oh, y'all need a videographer. So he was like, yeah, send me your number. So I ended up sending him my number. Like he responded quick too. It was probably like within like 5 minutes. Like he just responded quick. I'm like, oh snap. So then I was sending him my number. So I work a 9 to 5 too. So I work for what I majored in. So I work a 9 to 5. So I think the next day, a number hit me. Was like, yeah, so the search. I knew it was from his camp or whatever. He was like, yeah, I'm his homeboy. He was like, we got a studio in Virginia Beach. He was like in like an hour, meet us there, whatever the case is. And I'm like, first of all,
An hour, nigga.
yeah, I'm like, first of all, I'm more than an hour and a half away from there. That's
Yeah.
one. I'm like, plus I'm at work and I ain't never heard again. I think I saw he was in Virginia again or something like that, and I DM'd Jay Guapo again. He opened it, but he ain't seen it. So I was like, damn, all right.
Damn. You feel like you fucked up the opportunity.
I mean, kinda, but
You was at work. Like, what was you gonna do?
Yeah.
What was you gonna do?
Yeah, they won't pay me that much, so I was
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool. I was like, I'll take that for it is. Hopefully, come around. I don't even know if I don't know how much music he make now. I haven't seen him drop in a minute, but I think that was too. So Q the Fool for sure. I would have been there, but it happens. But Q the Fool obviously bigger than him. Having Motion, dude from the DMV. He somebody that's going up in that area right now. I shot with him and Young Combo.
Okay.
Yeah, I shot their video. So yeah, I'll say them three. Having Motion was probably the biggest person I actually shot with, and then Possibles was Q the Fool and Jay Guapo for sure.
So, let me ask you this, because I got a video that's about to come out that's about this very topic. What do you feel about effects? Okay, because like on your videos, right, you have some effects, but it's not like you're not doing too much. You're not, like it's not a lot of crazy effects. A lot of things popping in and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, how do you feel about effects and
I feel like, for me personally, that's not my focus. Like my effects, like I said before, my focus is my quality. Like I want to have the most quality work, and not just shit on like video effects and nothing like that. Like video effects is crazy. I be wanting to do them too, but at the same time, once again, know your equipment because my laptop ain't strong enough to handle certain things. So I'm not even gonna try certain things, and stuff like that be expensive too. Like just buying like one plugin just to affect the speed and time. I mean, After Effects is like $300 just for Twixtor, like something like that. So it's like, it's expensive, but video effects is cool. It's cool, but that's just not my focus. I don't want people to come to me to trying to have like the craziest effects. Right now that's just not what I'm focused on.
And you feel like that's kind of dictated on where you come from or like the videos that you took a liking to, like coming into the game?
No, I think it was just depending on where my focus was steered towards.
Okay.
So when I said with the colors, when the dude was like, yeah, like it's cool and everything, but the colors XYZ, once I honed in on the colors and saw how the colors affected my video, it's like everything was just quality after that. For some reason, that's just was my focus. Like I didn't care to how crazy. Cause I feel like at the beginning, when I first started doing vids, I feel like I did a lot more effects at that time than I do now. But my videos now look way better than they did before.
Yeah.
So it's like it's just intentions, because there's obviously videographers out there that do nothing but crazy effects, which is cool. But I feel like that's an add-on though.
Yeah,
That's an add-on.
And I think it's good for certain vibes and certain songs and stuff like that. But ultimately, like what I try to teach on this channel is that the emotion is the most important thing. However you pull the emotion out of your video is how you pull it. Maybe it's with effects, maybe it's with shots, maybe it's with, you know, shooting at 120 frames and slowing it down, then speeding it up, and, you know, getting those close-ups, getting the B-roll of the money and B-roll of the guns and stuff like that. Maybe that pulls the emotion out of the viewer, you know? So I think that's what it ultimately comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's different ways to express it. Because the thing is, there's no one way to show stuff. Obviously, it's your style. It's what you want to do. So, like I already said, I don't care too much to do the crazy effects. I feel like I show a glimpse of the fact that I could do all the effects that a lot of people do. Like I show a glimpse of it because I'll probably do it in like a video here and there. You might see something crazy. Like, oh, it might have the crazy ghost trail or whatever the case is, or Lumi stuff. Like I could do it, but it's like that's really not my focus. I don't want to overdo it. I'd rather just focus on my quality. So it's kind of like I would just have a whole direction to go with that statement. I feel like I just repeat the same thing, but like damn, it might come back to me. But, yeah. So
But I also, like, this is how I look at it, right? Because I'm from a certain neighborhood and I grew up a certain way, and I think when you grow up a certain way, we like to focus on what's real, right? And then when you put a whole bunch of effects and stuff, it makes it kind of like it takes away from the realness, like. Black people, at least people from the hood, they want that raw shit. That's why, like,
that's a fact.
you know, like you see certain hood videos, it's not a lot of effects because we want you to focus on that.
Yeah,
we want you to focus on the guns. We want that's enough. That's what's
enough.
real. We want you to. We don't need no other. We don't need a costume over it.
Yeah,
you know.
fact.
We want you to. We want to show you exactly what it is. So that at least that's how I took it. That's why I don't do a bunch of crazy effects. I want you to see the quality. I want you to see how it's real. I don't need no extra fluff.
Yeah.
You know. So.
And sometimes people, at times you see that certain people use effects to try to cover up the lack of the basics that they don't know. And I feel like that's where it's wrong at.
You're talking that shit right
so
now.
I feel like, but that's also why at the beginning of when I first started doing it, I probably did more crazy effects. And then once I started to get the quality, it was like, okay, I don't need the crazy effects. I need to focus on this and like perfect a certain point, like perfect my time lapse and and stuff like that. So if the quality of your camera ain't that good, some people might try to cover up with trying to do 100 million effects on a 30-second scene. Like they might try to go crazy. So it's like, which is cool, but ultimately, and even what I look at sometimes could really just be the possible like goal, not necessarily go all the way, but possibly like the goal that I would want to go if I was to continue to try to go down this path as a videographer. Like you don't see Meek Mill having those. He do have crazy things sometimes, like for real, for sure. But at the same time, a lot of his vids are more quality. It's more of like quality, like or Wife and Lucci. That's my favorite artist. So a lot of vids I watch him, and a lot of it is really just the way to compose the shot. And the quality of the video by itself just makes the video. Like he don't need to be popping in and out the screen and everything, doing all type of crazy stuff. And
it's
I think
still powerful.
Yeah, it's still powerful and it still do numbers because it's the artist, and we're gonna keep it about everybody plays a part, especially when it comes to songs blowing. It's the artist ultimately. That's the base of it. Because the videographer, they do help when it comes to certain things. Like I said, everybody play a part, engineer and everything. So the sounds and all that play a part. But it usually it's the artist that's gonna help, I guess, bring the attention mostly to, I guess, the video in a sense, and then you just supposed to add on to it. And once again, I done lost my foot in where I was going, but nah. Like I said, this is what I was about to say. I was like on Wife and Lucci. Like I was just watching a couple of his videos probably like 2 weeks ago, and I'm like, yo, I could really shoot for him. Like he don't need anything too crazy. Like he really shoot like it could be almost like a vlog type ish shot, but even certain ones that is strictly a music video is not crazy. It's not too much. It doesn't seem like they have a whole setup for every single one of his vids. It's like he might have a couple of them where he got like a whole big production team behind it, but a lot of them is really just probably like a 1-man band for real that's really doing the whole video. So I'm like, I could really shoot for him, and that's my favorite artist, so why wouldn't I?
Exactly.
So I'll be able to do that. So that just gave me motivation to keep going in the direction that I'm going, because I don't need to add the crazy effects, but I know I could do it if need be, or I can outsource it. So
exactly. And that's the easy thing too. I think. Well, let me ask you this. Starting out, what would you tell a videographer to learn? How to shoot or how to do effects? Which one would you tell them to learn first?
The basis is how to shoot, but it depends on the way that you want to go. Because you could be strictly an editor. So if that's what you really want to do, if you prefer not to be out in the field and actually shooting a video, I would say focus on effects. But if you ultimately know that you really want to be good at shooting videos, you need to know your camera before you know anything else. So know how to shoot know what does, like I said, we know the basics. Know the basics, and then get your style, and then now you can add everything else on it. Like I said, it's an add-on. The video effects is an add-on. So like get the basics of your visuals and your quality and all that stuff to where you want it to be, and then I would say focus on everything else. But yeah, definitely focus on shooting now.
Yeah, nah, and I agree. Once you learn how to shoot, you can learn how to do so many things.
Yeah.
And then if you put effects, like you saying, effects on a video that's not shot well, it's just gonna look cheesy.
Yeah.
So
it's just like you just trying to cover it up like with makeup. You just like it's like I said, it's an add-ons. The makeup. It's like you just add the makeup to a rock. Like it's not about to change nothing too crazy. Like it look crazy regardless. So.
That's a fact.
So
where do you want to take this? Like, do you want to continue being a music videographer, or like do you want to do movies soon? Like, where do you want to take it?
I ain't gonna lie, it's more broad with me, to be honest with you. Music videos is definitely, obviously this is just what I'm known for right now, but I'm not gonna lie, it's not the best bang for your buck when it comes to camera work. Me personally, I feel like it's more money in photography. As you said, it was enough money in photography. I feel like
there's more money in photography.
I think it's more bang for your buck. Like you could do more shoots in a day and like get the product out faster than doing a music video. Like for me, it's because I don't. Like I said, I work a 9 to 5 too. So it's like for my schedule wise, like my turnaround time is longer than a lot of other videographers that probably do it full time. So it's like because I got to take consideration. I got a 9 to 5, which is not necessarily just a 9 to 5 because I might have to work until 8 p.m. because I got to finish a certain thing or whatever. Then I just have my own personal life stuff going on. So I got family and stuff that I got to go support and all type of stuff like show my support or whatever. Just go see people that I need to see, or simple stuff is grocery shopping. I might take up like 2 hours. Most of my day already gone. So I get back home, I might be too tired, or I might need to go to bed because I got to get up early in the morning to go to work. So it's like it's kind of up in the air. But I feel like photography will be more bang for your buck. Like I feel like you could get more money out of it than music video wise.
The music videos,
yeah,
that's interesting.
But I feel like corporate would be best too. If I was to take that route. Go corporate, like businesses will pay more money for something more simpler than a music video.
That's true.
Like all you need is like simply just a good quality looking. Like they want a product shot. Like you might have to set it up and come up with ideas and stuff like that too. But at the same time, you doing like a commercial, it don't take as much, especially post production wise, as it would a music video.
Yeah, that's why I say, man, if you can shoot a music video, you can pretty much shoot anything. Because like music video, you're learning everything at once.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Okay.
So know the basics, because like I said, you know the basics, you could go corporate, and you know the basics. So it's like you already got that in your bag, and the corporate don't need the crazy effects and crazy edits all the time. So as long as you keep the colors looking natural. You don't need to have green tint or some crazy type of color grade to a corporate video. Typically, you want to just keep it more natural looking. Once you get there, you be in the door.
Most definitely. So now I appreciate you. I want you to give them your social medias, where to hit you up at, and any lasting words that you got.
Yeah. So once again, it's Pakk Production, man. Tap on me on Instagram at Pakk Productions, PAKK.Productions. And YouTube is just Pakk Productions with a space instead of the period. Hit me up on Instagram. I'll get to you when I get to you. so if I'm too busy editing videos, I'm most likely not gonna respond because I'm not booking. So it's no, for me personally, I wouldn't. That might be the communication problem I got going on. So I might just not respond until I'm caught up in doing what I need to get done. So at least once we do lock in, that's what I'm doing to other people for you. So I'll cut off all my bookings to make sure I get your video back in a decent time. So,
that's real.
Tapping me on Instagram, Pakk Productions, man. Okay. As it is right there. There we go. It was that you saw Wolfpack. But yeah,
they seen it the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen it.
You
know what I mean?
But yeah.
So yeah, Pakk Productions, Gravity Films, Visioneers, and we out.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
Alrighty, my boy.
Alrighty.